it going, everyone? What is with you? Woo! Yeah. Hey, I got a little tradition here of trying to make a weekly drive and talk video. I should probably think of a catchy name for it, right? Because I've done these now. This is my third week doing them. I got people waving in already, and I always get some pretty amazing DMs and feedback from these videos. So it's not the perfect, situation because I'm driving, but yeah, I want to share a couple words with y'all today of encouragement, of empowerment, of something to study yourself, study your parenting. And I would love to do that. So somebody's asking to join. I can't join with you right now because I'm driving. I have a few words I'm going to share with my audience, but if you'd like to join in sometime, you can contact me and we can discuss that. Let's talk about what people talk about versus what people don't talk about. So much in our society, we hear people tell us, people like me, telling parents, hey, talk to your kids about this. Hey, talk to your kids about that. Oh my gosh, parenting is so hard. Now I gotta talk to my kids about vaping. I gotta talk to them about screen stuff. I gotta talk to them about not talking with strangers online. I gotta talk to this, I gotta talk, oh my gosh. And every time I hear someone say we gotta talk to our kids, I always cringe inside. And I'm realizing, like, from these videos, like, there's so much cringing I do inside, and I don't actually say anything out loud. And so these videos are like a weird, cool little platform for me to play a little background music and share some thoughts about parenting, kind of like off the record. Like, I'm driving, I gotta keep myself alive on the road, just edgy, raw, just sharing thoughts. It's almost like a little, like I'm on a soap box. You know what? A lot of people don't even know what that means. Back in the old days, they had this sweet thing. People would get these boxes of soap, and they could stand on them, and they could, like, share ideas, share opinions with people. And it was like a cool, proven, part of society. Like, hey, freedom of speech, share your thoughts. All right, I'm getting blinded by the sun. So, yeah, so it's not really about talking to your kids, guys. That is not what I would recommend. That is not good. It's talking with your kids. So most of you know what my work is. I have a very unique family coaching firm where we go into people's homes and we work with either their teenager directly in their home, in their bedroom, in their backyard, walking around the block at Starbucks, meet with the parents individually, or do what I'm doing a lot of tonight actually is family coaching. So all in the living room with these teenagers. Some of them are extremely pissed, defiant, angry, salty, and here I am, like, in their space, trying to help make peace, help to teach them, help them to study themselves, to overcome their obstacles. And it's not family therapy, it's like a process that we have. And a key thing we do is we teach kids, tweens, and teens how to talk. How to talk. It's like, essentially, one of the main things I do is I teach emotional intelligence. And so it's very typical for me to have a conversation with a parent. And the parent's asking me about their teen. Hey, what did my teen say to you? And I say, well, that's really some sensitive stuff, but it's really not my job to tell you what they said to me. I can tell you, and I can't point you in the right direction, but really it's their job. It's your teen's job to tell you, oh, but my teen will never say that to me. Oh, they never will tell me. My teen never talks. Or no, that's not true. Your teenager, your tween, your child can talk with you and to you. And if they don't talk to you or with you, it just simply means they need some teaching. They need some coaching. They need some education about learning how to talk about what's going on inside of them. Learning how to talk about their feelings. You know, like you ask a regular teenager or tween like something that they're passionate about, okay? Whether it be Fortnite, Minecraft, Call of Duty, could be soccer. Say, hey, what are your thoughts about this? Their passion. And oh, they will talk. Why? Because somebody has taught them the vocabulary on how to talk. So much in our society now, we have still parents talking to adults. Now, that's good because parents are teachers, and our job is to teach wisdom. I love this song. Okay, so yes, we are supposed to be talkers. There's a lot of parents out there that are avoiding and they're pleasing and they're afraid of their kids and they're not teaching wisdom. That's not cool. Your kids and your teens need you. If you're a type of parent that's like, oh yeah, kids will be kids, or they don't want to hear from me, yeah, we're not going to relate. We're going to have issues, me and you, because your kids need you in their life. One of the main things they need from you is your mentorship and learning how to talk about what's going on inside of them. For example, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about shame. Shame before I clicked let's go live. Viva! Viva! Viva Instagram! Does that mean long live Instagram or live on Instagram? I don't know. It's not a school teacher's job to teach our kids how to really figure out what's going on here. This is a parent's job. And some kids need extra help with math. Some kids need extra help with English. I sucked at science and chemistry. Literally passed high school chemistry because I had this female teacher. Not really ashamed of this. Don't really tell people this, but now I'm telling hundreds of people on Instagram. Senior year, was coming into my own masculinity, had a girlfriend, feeling good about myself, had a D going into the final and knew I was going to get a D on the final. Realizing now, remembering, having a flashback, I definitely went up to my female teacher and tried to use my vibe to really woo her into bringing that up to a C. D's get degrees, but I want to go to college. And so I thankfully, even though the percentage wasn't there, the Irish charm kicked in. And I brought that grade, I didn't bring that grade up. We brought that grade up together. Shame is real. Now us parents, many of us know the feeling of shame, how dark it is. How it is one of the world's worst human emotions to feel ashamed. How painful that is. All of us watching this have felt deeply ashamed in our lives, and it's almost incomparable to other human emotions. And what's so painful about shame is in our culture, part of the way like it works with us is we don't talk about shame. It's hard to talk about things that we are ashamed of or things that we have done. Right? Where we feel ashamed. It's like this natural reaction would be to stuff it, to hide it, to push it away into the closets of our lives where the doors never get open because it's so painful and embarrassed. But now really I'm talking about our kids. If we feel this way about shame as adults, can you imagine, what a 9-year-old feels when it feels ashamed to walk into a classroom and feels ashamed of this or that? Or what a 13-year-old how she might feel ashamed going to the middle school lunch cafeteria area, feeling ashamed of something in her life. So if we as adults are struggling with shame and we're not talking about shame, and we're not teaching our kids how to talk about shame, and shame is just a metaphor here, and how are our kids gonna learn how to talk about it? Like, I don't think I've ever asked my own children, even though I asked a bunch of my clients, 21 years of working with kids, do you feel ashamed? What do you feel ashamed about? Are you ashamed of anything right now? We don't really talk like that in our society. Now, we talk to our kids, but see, by asking them that, we're talking with them. Like, what message are we sending if we ask our children, do you feel ashamed? The tone, of course, has to be so right. Do you feel kind of ashamed of something, or do you feel like shame around that? Now, people that don't know how to talk about shame will be like, I don't know. But if we can teach them to normalize shame and all the kaleidoscope of human emotions, right? If we help them to understand their EQ and learn there's more to life than feeling sad, mad, or glad. If I tell people all the time, I tell adults and teenagers, hey, if you're in kindergarten and if you said I feel, sad, mad, or glad or angry, hey, great job. You got in touch with your emotions. But like if you're like in high school and the only feelings you know how to share is like I feel angry or awkward or annoyed, like you got work to do. Like there's a lot more feelings out there than feeling angry or awkward. And if a teenager says to me when I ask them a question, hey, like what are your thoughts or feelings about that? And if they say I don't know, well, in my own Sean way, I look them in the eye. It depends on my rapport with them. I'll say, yeah, that's not good enough. Yeah, you do know. You do know. It might take you a second, but no, like dig deep. Tell me, like, process. What do you really feel about this? What are your thoughts? So that's me challenging a teenager to not accept that I don't know, to not accept the awkward or I feel frustrated or some lame general word like that. And that's me pushing them to really figure out what's going on inside them, to study themselves, me teaching them how to study and know themselves. And this is an example of the power of talking with our kids versus at our kids. Stay strong, be close, and teach wisdom. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya.